Hey guys, welcome to Hit Lab Hitting Development Week 2. Hope you guys had a good time week 1. We did our assessments. I hope you guys see where you're at. We looked at some video of some hitters, and where we're trying to get going. So let's just keep going, all right? So what we're going to look at in week 2, as this first recap of week 1, we introduced this concept of hand path, all right? What do we want to do with our hands? What do we want to do with the handle? What do we do with the barrel? Hitting this ball. A big thing we talked about is, when we're hitting the ball, we want our hand path to be going up, not down. This is going to get the ball on a line drive trajectory. You're going to get up and out of the infield. It's going to be really important for us. Okay, so at contact, we have the checkpoints. Are our hands going up? Is our elbow below our hands? Getting this good hand path to really stay through the ball. Like I said 100 times, we're not going to cut across the ball. We're not going to roll over the ball and just hit a bunch of ground balls to shortstop and third baseman. Okay. We talked about this in terms of generating power. We want to let our body move the bat. We let our body to really turn and generate some power and not just use our arms, okay? And so we talked about this and how we can use our body to make things easier to accomplish this good hand path. We introduced this concept of side bend. Hey, if you guys bend at the side, it's a lot easier to get your hands going up at contact. And we're going to build on that with this concept of hip hinge, okay? So what is hip hinge? Hip hinge is very, very important. It's a very powerful position. It's something you'll see in a lot of sports. It's a very common athletic position. You'll see it. Linebackers get in this position. If you're going to guard somebody in basketball, or you're going to shoot a free throw, or if you're going to field your position, you're going to get your butt down and have some knee bend, okay? You're going to have your torso kind of towards your knees. It's very, very important. In powerlifting, you see it all the time. It's called the power position for like a deadlift or like a power clean, okay? So it's something very, very powerful, and we're going to work on it, okay? So just want to show you some clips of some guys and some hitters, what we're going to talk about in hitting. So here's Mookie Betts. You guys may have heard of him. He's not a very big guy, and he hits the ball really, really hard. How is he doing that? Well, he's going to start up, pretty much straight up and down, and he's going to stride out, and I'm going to back up to him, and this is a hip hinge. Okay, he looks just like our linebacker. His butt's down, his knees are bent a little bit, and his torso is out towards the plate. Okay, and so in this pitch here, this is going to allow him to get into a pretty good position to turn and try to get his hand path going up as much as he can. And see, even on this low pitch, his hand path is going up and through the ball. Okay, so tall, we're going to be doing this drill. We're just going to be working on a hip hinge. Tall right here, sitting down with our butt, getting into a good position to turn and stay through the ball. Very, very important. Let's look at one more on Mookie. Actually in the same game. So on the inside pitch, same thing. It's just going to get here in this hip hinge position and just turn right through it. And see his elbow below his hand. See his hand path going up through here. This is an inside pitch, and he still stayed through it. He didn't roll over it and finish down by his belt. Very, very important. These are 2 home runs. And what was a very consistent thing we saw in both of them? This position right here. Some of you guys asked me about, when I was saying who's your favorite player, some of you guys asked me about King Griffey Jr., which is awesome because he's my favorite player when I was a kid. You can see he's doing a similar thing. He's going to go tall to hinged. And then he's just going to turn into this ball so he can get his hands going up through it. Okay? So we're going to work on this. This is something people don't do that well. Start tall, sit down, and then just turn into it. Boom. Really, really powerful. You can see his hands going up, elbow below his hands, all right? And so from there, we're going to just keep building on this. What does this look like from the side? Here's Carlos Correa. He's going to sit down. See him sitting down here with his butt, and then he's just going to turn into this ball. You can really see this position here. His hand path is going up and through the ball, not cutting across it, staying through, and getting this position, okay? I showed some of you guys this barrel path. You see his barrel? We're trying to get that barrel working behind the ball as early as possible, okay? Here's another one. Some of you guys are Giants fans. You looked at Posey from the side. See his hand path here is going to go up and then through this ball. This is an inside pitch and up. Instead of just hooking this ball into the dugout, he stayed through it for as long as possible and then really goes out and through it. That's just a really, really good swing, and it's a home run. Okay? So we're going to do this stuff. We're going to do these 2 things. We're going to work on you guys' hip hinge. It's going to allow you to get this hand path a little easier. Okay? If you're standing straight up and down, it's very, very difficult to get to this good position where we can get our hand path going up. But if we sit down a little bit, it just makes things a little easier. So here's Cano. He's tall, and he's going to sit down. Okay, so now he doesn't have to go quite so far with that hand path, and he can just turn into this ball and stay through it and go up and hit this ball out. Like I said, this is a low pitch. This is where you guys get pitched. Now you pitchers know this. Where do you pitch power hitters? You pitch them down. So he gets down here, and he still is able to get a good path through this ball and take it out. All right, so we're going to work on these two concepts. All right, and so just I'm just going to write this here for you guys. Our focus is going to be staying through the ball. We're not going to cut through the ball. We're going to have this good hand path where our hands are going up and through the ball. Okay, this concept of a hinge and hit. We're going to sit down and hit. All right, we're not going to use our arms. We're not going to use our forearms or whatever. We're just going to use our body to really turn this ball, to turn the bat into the ball. Okay, I said using the body for power. You guys are really strong through the torso and through the butt. We're going to use that. Okay, and part of staying through the ball is not finishing down there by your belt buckle, but finishing up at your shoulders. So staying through the ball just like we saw Posey do it. Okay, so we're going to do some conditioning work to groove these movements, and we're going to do some drills to knock them down in your hitting. Okay, so week 2, hip hinge, and again, staying through the ball, good hand path. All right, guys, see you Tuesday.